Hello, Mr. Wood here. Welcome back to Wise Revise. This session is all about deliberate practice. You might not have heard deliberate practice before. It simply means this. When you revise, make sure you're focusing on the stuff you don't know, not the stuff you do know. That's right. Deliberate practice is really, really simple. It just means focus on that stuff that you don't know. This stuff. Focus on this stuff. Not this stuff. The stuff you do know. It's weird how your brain works. When you go to revise, you're going to want to focus on this. I'm not sure why that is. I think it's because we like to survive, we like the easy life. If there's a quick path somewhere, we want to take that one, not the hard path. Our brains are naturally going to make us go towards stuff that we know. However, when it comes to revision, we really need to be focusing on this, the stuff that we don't know. The amount of times I've seen a student do this, I've said, right, go, do some revision. I said, yeah, I'm about to do some revision. So I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do some chemistry. So I'm like, right, fine. And I watch them at it, and I've seen them. They open a book, they start to flick through, and they kind of get to something they kind of recognize, and they're just kind of reading it through and focusing on that bit. And I think naturally all of us, and you try it for yourself, tell me I'm wrong, we'll go through and they'll pick a part that we actually know already. And it's because it's easier, it's more comfortable, it feels like the better option to focus on the stuff that we already know. So, how do you find this stuff? How do you make sure you're focusing in on the stuff that you don't know and not wasting your time going over the things that you already know already? Well, there's numerous ways of doing this. Now, one way we've actually looked at in another video, if you watch the Wise Revise session 2 on flashcards, you'll hear all about the lightness system. Well, using the card system means that the stuff that you don't know, you're going to see more often, and the stuff you do know, you're going to see less often. That's a classic way of doing it. A key way is to look in checklists and the you should know sections at the start or end of the chapters you'll find in your textbooks, or look online at the online specifications and just go through it. Be really honest with yourself. Do a RAG rating, red, amber, green. I don't know this at all. I kind of know this. I've got this bit nailed. And be honest with yourself, and then work through it periodically. Go back to it. See, is there some red areas you need to go and ask for clarification for your teacher? Is there red areas you need to look up online and to further understand? Maybe find some YouTube videos about those particular areas and focus in on those. It's really, really key. Otherwise, you're going to end up wasting your time doing the natural thing of doing the stuff that you do know. Some teachers you'll find at our school are very good at doing this, but hopefully your teachers will be able to give you a breakdown of the tests that you've done over time, and you can see really clearly using empirical evidence, well, I did great on that test, I did awfully on that test, I did okay on that one, and use that knowledge as well to work out where do you need to be revising. Make sure that's deliberate practice. You're working on stuff that you need to know. It might be stuff that you learned back in year 9, or if you're doing A-levels back at GCSE, or stuff you did right at the start of whatever course you were doing, that's actually very far back in your brain now, and you haven't used that working memory to long-term memory connection with that information for a while. But make sure what you're revising is the right stuff. Trust me, get into distributed practice. Be wise with what you revise.